Good morning, guys. So this weekend I want to get these pieces painted. But first I bought another one of those tarps, plastic things off Amazon. This is 7 by 20, but I'm going to take the bottom 10 inches here, the 10 inches here, and then I'm going to attach it to the whole bottom of the curtain system, so it brings me down to the ground with like a 3-inch overlap onto the ground, so that way I can put like 2x4s along the whole perimeter to keep it down. So I'm gonna measure that off, cut it up, and then start attaching it. I just got back from Rural King. Best place to get bolts by the pound. Yeah, if you have one near you, go there, get all your bolts that you need. I mean, I'm not paid by them or whatever, it's cheaper than going like to Ace or Home Depot or anything like that. We have one from us. It's probably about, I don't know, 20 some miles. So it's worth the trip for sure. I got like three pounds of quarter 20s with the bolts, nuts, and then the big washers to fit through the eyelets, because I'm going to use the eyelets that are on this already. And then I'm going to do that and put it in. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. The owner is stopping by. He's dropping off his big tires so we can put them upstairs here. He got some seat belts for it, so he wants to drop that off, and he got new bolts for attachments of the seat belts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up, measure, cut it, and then attach it. So I'll just keep working until the owner pulls up, and then we should be pretty soon. And then, yeah, then we'll be back. This plastic is actually fiberglass reinforced strands, so it'll hold up. That's kind of why I got it. So anyway, so there's one strip. So I'm going to cut the other one on the other side because I want to use the eyelets that are there to attach it around. So let me do that real quick and then we'll be back. Alright guys, so the owner just left. Let me spin you around here. This is taking quite a while, more than I had anticipated, of course, as everything goes. But let me swap you around and I will show you how I'm attaching this. Alright guys, so how I am attaching this is I'm going right through the ringlets that are already here. And these are quarter 20s. And then I got big washers. So that's on the inside. I have it somewhat tight on that side, so I can lay it out, and then I mark it, and then I actually just drill a hole with my drill bit, and then I slide it through, and that is what it looks like on the outside. So this is going to be perfect. So I've only got about 50 more to go because I got to do all the way there, and then I have another piece right here that I cut, and then that will take it the rest of the way. So let's get that done. Alrighty guys, so I've got them in. So right there is where I joined the two together, right there. So this piece that I cut up was 20 foot long by 7 feet wide, right? So I cut 10 inches off the top, 10 inches off the bottom, so I could get all the eyelets. And it took exactly 40 feet all the way around. So I know I'm not going to stop like 100% of the dirt that comes through here, but you know, anything I can do to help. And there it is. So now we go down to the bottom. So I'm super excited about that. So now let's see if we can start getting these things sanded down, and then we'll go from there. Yep, so we'll be back. Alright guys, so I just broke out the pad, this whole weather strip kit or whatever that we got off from National Parts, no, I'm sorry, Original Parts Group. It came with the under hood mat. So I'm just checking it out. So yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to Scotch-Brite all this. I'm really paying close attention, or really getting all that sanded, and then I'm going usually about an inch over, about an inch over here. So this, when I spray this, when I put this back on the car, I'm going to run foam tape all the way around here, so it'll give me a soft edge, but I'm really making sure I get all that sanded so it'll get something to adhere to. So let me get some Scotch-Brite, and then we'll be back. So not so bad. It actually cleared it out pretty quick. The whole curtain kind of came in. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So that's my 1 coat of epoxy primer, just to lay it down like a sealer. And then I'm going to give that about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll come back with the base. We'll be back. Alright guys, so let me show you while I'm letting that set up. Let me show you how I've got this ran in the back here. So I've got the 2 tubes running up and out, and then they're latched into this gate thing. So here are the booth filters. So they're just like the ones that we use at work. And yeah, that's about it. As we walk inside, there's like hardly any smell in here, a little bit because of what we have going on there. And then there's the hood. Now, as I'm spraying the hood, even though I've sprayed this a couple times, like blew it all out, I'm still getting a little bit of trash out from underneath here. So as long as it stays down in this area, I'm okay with it, because that big old mat covers all that. This part right here is open, and then of course down these sides, and then from there over. Alright, so we got about 20 more minutes, and then we'll start getting after it with some base. Alright guys, so they are painted. The fans did pretty good. The clear is what really builds up in here. It wasn't so bad. It was windy, so the bottom of my curtains was kind of swinging in and out on the front. But yeah, let me swap you around and I'll show you. The trunk came out really clean. Let me swing you around. Okay. So the trunk itself came out super clean. Due to the fact that it didn't have a lot of crap up underneath the ribs, right? So the hood, the hood is a different story. Obviously the pad goes from here all the way to here. So as you can see, the dirt just blew out from underneath all these ribs. You know, I thought I blew it all out good enough, but I guess not. But everywhere where the pad doesn't go, there, right through here and along through there. Whoops, let me get my finger out of the way. And up there is all clean. But I'm not gonna sit here and go, oh yeah, it's super clean, and then not show you. But yeah, so you can see all the little trash that blew out from underneath all these ribs. Probably, I don't know, that's how that goes. So I'm just gonna kind of let this bake here because the sun's coming through here. It's starting to heat up this booth area. My fan filters did work. After I cleared, I had everything blow out, and then I just moved the filters down just to move a little bit more airflow through here, so the parts would stay, I don't know, you should have airflow going across them. But yeah, the booth filters did exactly as they were supposed to do. So yeah, we'll be back. So I just flipped the fans back on just to kind of keep the air moving in there. I'll let that do that for about 10 more minutes and then I'll shut them off, and then those will be done. Alright guys, it's been probably maybe 30 minutes since I cleared these things, and they're already dry. So I'm using 60 and medium hardener. So the hardener is medium, temperature of the reducer is 60 degrees. It's like 94 here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bump up the reducer to like 70 degrees, which is good up to well, we shoot it at work, and in this weather we do slow hardener and 70 reducer. So that's basically for the clear to lay out. So I'm gonna bump it up, so because I know when I paint the car itself, it's gonna be a lot of traveling around that, so I want to keep the wet edge. So I'm going to use a slow reducer, and yeah, hopefully that'll help with that, because when I painted this, you know, just letting you know, when I painted this, I did 2 coats of clear. It was basically 1 coat of clear, went back out, filled up the cup, back up, came back in, and it was already ready for the 2nd coat. So it was basically back-to-back coats of clear. And then and then I did a 3rd coat of clear on the hood, just around the outside edge, not in the center, where there was a little bit of trash that came through. So that's how that is. And I did just kind of watch the video real quick to see how much this filled up with clear, and it filled up with clear a lot, actually. I'm not too happy about that, you know, in hindsight, after looking at watching the video, right? So I think I'm going to need a 3rd fan, extractor fan, and I think I need to make my filter bank a lot bigger, right? So instead of 2, I'll probably have to bump it up to like 5 or 6, you know. And when I say 5 or 6, probably 6. So I'll do 3 on the bottom and 3 on the top. So it'll be a lot taller as well. So, but that's why I wanted to paint this stuff in here before I got the car in here, to see how it evacuates out. The filters are doing exactly as they're supposed to. They are catching all the overspray, so there's none billowing out outside. So I'm happy with that. So there's still a few things I'm going to tweak as far as painting. But this gives me a great idea on how all this is going to work, and the whole curtain system in my application here at my house. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the curtains because this is plenty dry to open up. Yeah. It's really dry, meaning like it dried, it kicked off quick. So let me open up the curtains, and yeah. So when I say that the filters are catching overspray, the more, the clear that comes through, the faster they get clogged up. And being that there's only 2 of them, they get clogged up faster, right? So as you can see, they're blue. Actually, right there, they're blue. And yeah, that's how it started off life. Yep. So that's why I think if I go with a bigger filter box system with 6, 3, and 3, it'll help. It'll just help overall, right? So yeah, and these things are regular booth filters. They're like a high flow filter, but they're fiberglass. So these things can stick you and give you little shards of glass in your hand. So you have to be kind of careful when you mess around with them. I mean, really, you should probably wear gloves when you put them in. But yeah, so just a little safety tip for you. Just if you do get booth filters that are made for a booth, they usually are made of fiberglass strands. And just like that, the booth is tucked away. So the fans, I did have them running with 12 gauge extension cords, one running to one outlet that's dedicated breaker, and then another one to another outlet, which is on its own separate breaker. So I don't know, these things pull a lot, so I just ran them on 2 separate breaker circuits, and then using the 12 gauge 12.3 extension cord, had no problems whatsoever. Yeah, so let me push all this stuff back and then we'll come back. Alrighty guys, so this video is pretty short and sweet. Worked out the little bit of inefficiencies as far as the filter box goes, but other than that, I can't fight that at all. Like, I can't be mad at that, even though it the clear was kind of built up in here a little bit after, like I said, after watching the video, I was like, whoa, that's a lot of clear in there. I got to get more extraction out quick. But when I look over where the tubes were pushing out up against my gate over there, absolutely zero blue on that gate. There was nothing, so all the filters all caught exactly what they were supposed to catch. So I just have to make it bigger, and maybe those fans will be more efficient if it has a bigger surface area that it's pulling. So in actuality, I may just build a huge filter box, like I said, 3 and 3, a stack of 3s, so 6, and then have that pulling out of that whole stack. So it should be good because those fans are kind of loud. That's the only downfall on those fans, because they are pulling. They're 3450 CFMs. I mean, it's not like, I walk out into my front yard and you just hear a light hum, but I don't know. I'm kind of like one of them quiet neighbors. So no one in my area gets mad at me at all. No one. In fact, some of them come over and ask me, hey man, do you think we can do this? Can I borrow that? Can I do that? Can we pull in and do something? Yeah, no problem. But anyway, so yeah, I think that's gonna wrap this one up actually. Like I said, quick, short video. Just, that's all I wanted to get done this weekend, to be honest with you, because tomorrow is Mother's Day. So I kind of want to spend the day with Mama and the kids and stuff like that, and my boys. So I think we got something really cool planned. We'll find out, but either way, that's gonna wrap up this video. Thanks for tuning in, watching. Quick video on painting parts. So probably throughout the week, or maybe next weekend, I'm gonna start putting the car back together. Put the doors on. I'm still kind of on the fence about putting the fenders on. Anyway, so we're gonna start putting things back together. So yeah, hit share, like, subscribe, all that other fun stuff they tell you, and check out a couple of other videos on this build or on a couple of the other things that I've been building. And hey, go out there and do something cool. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.